Hello, my fellow Metal Gear fans. I'm Cass, if you didn't already know, and welcome to Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, this is my first time playing this. I want to clarify because I said Metal Gear fan. I played the first two on my channel, and I'm a fan, so that's why. But I've never played this one. I never played the first two either. That was my first time, so if you want to see me experience that, I'll link it in the description. The playlists to those two. But okay, so this is the third one, which I was supposed to play this a very, very long time ago. Well, that makes it sound like it was years ago. But I finished Metal Gear Solid 2 about 5 months ago. And I was supposed to play this in like January, maybe February. It's May 16th when I'm filming this, and yeah, so basically a lot happened that basically like forced me to push it forward and forward and forward until we got here. First, I mentioned this somewhere in my Metal Gear Solid 2 playthrough. I mentioned this. Sorry. I finally had my autism assessment, and I got diagnosed with autism, and I got diagnosed with ADHD, which was a bit of a surprise. So that kept me a bit busy. And then I also realized that I'm non-binary, which that's fun. And then well, actually before all of that, something else that kind of made it like not as easy to just jump right in was my friend Steven, who recommended these games to me, by the way. And I think this is his favorite one. So, or your favorite one, because you're watching. So I hope I hope you like this playthrough. So I'm extra excited because I know it's his favorite. But he told me that this one is not about Solid Snake and Otacon. They're not in it. And I was like, oh no. Like, I'm really sad that I'm not gonna get to see them in this game. But apparently it's Steven's favorite, so I'm sure it's great anyway. And he did tell me that they come back in 4, so I just have to push through and get to 4 so I can see them again. And by the way, because it took so long, and also well, another reason to push forward too was the Resident Evil 4. Can't talk. The Resident Evil 4 remake came out, and I had to play that because I was really fucking excited for that. So, and I just finished editing the final episode of that. Well, I actually edited the final 2 parts of that playthrough yesterday. So I can finally jump into it because I have a really hard time like having multiple projects at once, you know. So I couldn't jump into it while not having finished editing the Resident Evil 4 remake. So that's what that's about. But yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something before I realized. Oh yeah, because of how long it's taken, and because I already played another game before this, the next game after this is gonna be Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm not gonna play another game in between, and I'm gonna try to jump into it as quickly as possible. So like as soon as I finished editing and uploading Metal Gear Solid 3. Maybe not uploading, but at least finished editing all of the parts of Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm gonna try and immediately jump into Metal Gear Solid 4. And I have officially decided I'm not gonna play Peace Walker. You know what's weird? I've been thinking about that game in my head for like weeks, and I couldn't remember what it was called. And now that I'm recording, immediately comes forward, jumps into my head, and I know what it's called. Because I was just talking about like, oh, the Prelude to 5, because I couldn't remember what it was called, but that's what it is, Peace Walker. I've officially said I'm not gonna, I don't know if I've talked about this. I talked about it with Steven, and he recommended it, but I don't want to play it because, well, it is kind of like a prelude to 5, as I found out, and I have no plans of playing 5 because I've heard some bad stuff and I've seen some bad stuff like about it, and I've read some stuff from the actual game that like I don't want to experience that. I'm sorry. So I'm not gonna play that, at least not on the channel. Maybe one day in the future I'll be like, fuck it, and just sit down and play it on my own, but I don't think I want to put a lot of energy into that. I'm sorry. And even if Peace Walker is really good, the fact that it's like, I feel like if I ended up playing it on the channel, I would then, you know, force myself to play 5 and have a horrible experience, and it wouldn't be great. But I am, however, playing another Metal Gear game after. It's not going to be immediately after 4. It's sometime after. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Because it's actually on Steam, you know? You don't have to, like, go through a bunch of hoops with, like, emulators and shit. You can just go to Steam and get it. So that made it easier for me to decide. I'm definitely playing that one. So that's something to look forward to. But I'm not touching Peace Walker or Phantom Pain. I'm sorry. That's not happening. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, I think that's all. This is what's it called? Subsistence, I think. Wait, I can go back to the thing. Yeah, it's Subsistence, so it has the like updated controls, because I heard that like Steven told me that the controls in the original game of this were horrible. And so the Subsistence or HD collection, whichever one you could get your hands on, fix that apparently. So this is Subsistence. I couldn't get a hold of the HD collection, sadly. What have they got in specials? Basic action, so like a tutorial. Should I do that? Photo album. Okay, they don't have anything like long to watch, like in 2. Was that 2? Yeah, it was 2, I think. Maybe that was 1. It's been so long, you know, it's been too long. But I roughly remember what happened, but if I forget stuff, I apologize. You can remind me in the comments, because I probably will forget stuff. But should I'm gonna click on this basic action stuff. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's start with beginner. Oh, this is gonna take like a really long time, or is it just gonna pop up a thing and tell me, hey, so you do this? But what was I gonna say? Oh, I also have to get used to that circle is confirmed now. I think I've already gotten used to it, so it's fine. Oh, 2 movement speeds depending on how far I feel like they're gonna teach me this in the game. But if they don't, I'll just go to the menu, I guess. I don't know, I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but it's gonna be fine. Like, I guess because it's long, and because I wouldn't have the comfort of, you know, Solid Snake and Otacon being there. I guess that's why I'm so nervous, because it's like, oh, it's gonna be new people. Get away from me. But yeah, I'm just gonna start. It's fine. Ooh. I'm playing the MGS server. No, I hate this. Just give me difficulty options. What's wrong with you? I like MGS1. I'm like MGS2. These are both true. I don't remember which one I liked more. I feel like I liked MGS1 more, because I remember after I finished MGS1, I wrote a message. I wrote a message to Steven on Discord saying I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 or something, or maybe 9.5 out of 10. I loved MGS1. Did I like MGS2 as much? I think I'm picking MGS1. No? I think that's what I'm gonna pick. Just like, oh, sorry. Accidentally hit X. Yeah, I'll pick that. And I'm going with easy, which I think I've done that with all of them so far. And I'm gonna keep doing it because the controls aren't great. So why would I torture myself more than I already do when I play these games? Like if I really wanted to not torture myself, I would pick very easy, but after the end of World War II,
the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
I know that voice. I forgot the actor's name, but it's the same. It's the one who plays Snake. David Hayter. There we go. Damn, I didn't recognize any of those names.
Over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Besides David Hayter.
Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Panty waste? What?
Approaching release point.
Does that mean he has like a nice waist, or
hey,
what does that insult even mean?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Or if it's even an insult. Oh my god, he's so cool.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by.
Is that guy with the scar
Status
also
okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Okay, Trauma Queen. Woo! Woohoo! A little dramatic, but I support it. Directed by Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, About 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov, isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Why?
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in
I
one
missed what
piece
year it was
before a
at the
deal that
start.
left
I
him
know it's said,
exhausted
but I missed it. I just know
and
it's
checked into
August.
a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
Am I getting a
The one where
history
the US
lesson
agreed to
right now?
remove its IRBMs from Turkey.
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the
Sorry,
other
it keeps doing
intelligence
that, I don't know why.
agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov.
I mean, I guess because it's
They
an
wanted
emulator.
us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the
Selino
Virgin Cliffs.
Okay.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Okay. So this are the snakes, the snake people with the name Snake, just like...
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov,
Just
and
like
bring him back to
clones?
the west.
Because like, why did they all...
If we don't get Sokolov back
Why
before
does
that weapon
this
is
guy-
complete, we'll be facing a major crisis.
look and sound like
The clock is ticking.
David? You know?
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home
Okay.
in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
What was that look? That looked evil. Hmm. What was that? Was that like really, really important? Probably. You can get up. You don't need to be so dramatic. Was it Jack? What's his name? Jack. Snake, David Hayter. Yep. Time for some. Ooh.
Do you copy? You're
Looks
already
nice.
in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
Naked
I'll be
Snake.
referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
Snakes.
I'm glad to hear that.
The way he said that,
I
I
never
knew
ordered
that.
one in a restaurant, but
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
what about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Tom.
This
Okay.
will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on
Fox unit.
site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha.
What is the reason?
Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
So do I like have a hunger bar?
Not
Is
the
this the
backpack.
Sims?
I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
I
I'll be
just gotta
monitoring
figure
your
out what the
progress
action
over the
button
radio.
is.
We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you.
I guess this is
If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
I guess I'm gonna have some emulator problems with this game where it's like doing that, but that's not too bad. That was in Russian. Oh, because we're in Russia, right? For a second I was like, is it supposed to do that? Why is it doing that? Oh shit. Cool menu. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that. I fixed it. Woo! Is it just gonna do that a lot? The frames are just really low too. Oh, there we go. Okay, action button is triangle. Ah, fuck. Did not mean to do that. Okay. Alright. I wish this game would, like, act like I have never played one of
I
these
see
games
you've
ever.
retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If
Okay.
stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire.
Ugh.
Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon.
Okay.
Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are
Oh, I
standard
didn't even realize
Fox
you can see
operating
him.
procedure.
See Jack
Can't
talking.
leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be
Got
no
it.
rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose.
Oh.
SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Okay.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and
I knew the
she's
medic
here
was
on
gonna
the
be a
gunship
woman.
with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive.
Okay.
My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data.
Okay.
Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor.
Oh.
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Hi. More than one
Talk to
woman.
Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about
What?
you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the
As it
end,
should.
You have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People are the ones who dictate the missions.
I don't know about that.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right.
I don't
The
think I'll be able to
legendary
call him
unit that
Snake,
the
I'll
boss
call him
put together
Jack.
during World War II was a snake. The Cobra Unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Yeah,
Not to worry.
me too.
I'll
Me
be
too.
here to help
Rusty.
you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle
I
techniques.
hope all these
Gotcha.
frequencies have saved.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr.
I'm not
Sokolov.
remembering any of those.
Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position.
North, okay.
Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
I got it.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
I feel like that, freezing
Commencing virtuous mission now.
is gonna, mess me up a lot. That's what happens. No, I wish, a few years ago, I had a PS3, but I sold it when I got a PS4, and I wish I had it, because then I could just get the game on PS3 and just play it on there and, record it, Although I think with PS3s you have to get recording card. What are they called? But you know, like a card you put in to record. Because I don't think they like work with Elgato. I think that's like PS4 and up. But maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think so. But I would gladly do that because that would be a lot, you know, I wouldn't be having these issues, you know. Oh, what do we have here? Okay, it's like camo uniform. You can customize. Probably don't have anything yet though. Oh, I do. I have splitter right now. Is that Raiden? That's interesting. I like this one though, I think. Oh no, I think which one do I like most? I think actually I like maybe. Oh wait, the woodland one actually has something. What is that? In forested areas, and I'm in a forested area, so let's go. But uniform, naked, -10. Yep. Effective in trees, grass or against soil. Underbush. So I guess leaf is the best one right now. So let me look at all of them. Yeah, let me. Okay. This is cool. Okay. I love customization, so that makes me happy. Okay. Calorie made, what's that? What do we have here? Okay. Fake death pill, rival pill, cigar, binoculars, motion detector, active sonar, anti-personnel sensor. I don't remember what half of the. I know what fake death and rival pill do, obviously, because I just learned about it. Cigar is just for smoking. I know what binoculars do because they're binoculars. Motion detector, I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, sonar. I mean, I guess I know what these two do. The one I don't really remember is anti-personnel sensor. Actually, never mind. I think I know what it does. It like, yeah. Sorry, it's in the name. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Oh, this was calorie made is. Ooh, a map. Ooh. Okay. Where am I going? North. Wait, I'm sorry, but how am I supposed to know? I'm just going forward. Because there's no compass showing me what's... Oh, I guess the map. Why did it... Oh. Yeah, okay. It's just like a straight path. How do I... Okay. Ew, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because one thing I do know about this game, but apparently they're really small and like you barely notice them or something, because that's what Stephen said. But I know that there are these like blue spiders in this game, and I have arachnophobia. But like I feel like I will be fine because I just played through Resident Evil 4 Remake, which has the Las Plagas, which are extremely spider-like, and that game is really, you know, like the graphics are really good and like they're very, you know, in your face. Whereas this one is like the graphics aren't as, realistic, or but also like first person, if it was to crawl in my face, I would not want to live anymore. A little dramatic, but you get what I mean. Hi. Ah! I don't like that. Get out of my way. Oh, this is gonna be like a fight. Oh, no, no. Oh. There's an alligator over there. I can see it. Two of them. Oh, it's one right there too. I don't know how to... I don't remember how to, Oh, here. Press square button to aim and release to fire. Oof. Because I don't know if I can make it over there with, like, this fucking... Like, I feel like I'm gonna drown. Okay, I'm good, I'm good. And it's like showing me in the corner how camouflaged I am. Hello, snake. Okay. Ooh, the vibrations actually work now. On the other emulators, the vibration didn't work, but it's working. Well, I actually noticed that earlier, but I didn't notice it, I didn't. That's cool. I get to feel the vibrations.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. Can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The
Yeah,
Major
you said
is
that a
right.
few times.
The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting
Oh, I already figured this
Camouflage
out.
from Survival Viewer. The uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted.
Yeah, no
But if
shit.
you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa.
Okay.
The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Yeah, I see someone approaching. Wait, is there something better I can use? 'Cause 65, or is that the best I can do? Yeah, it's the best I can do. %90. Okay. Ew, I don't like that. Oh, I guess I can. Oh. Bug juice. Ugh. What the fuck do you mean, bug juice? There. I feel like this game is running at like 10 FPS. That's what happens when you play fucking emulator. Or it could be that I haven't played a Metal Gear Solid game in a while, and maybe they're all like this, and it's just so noticeable to me now because I haven't played in 5 months, you know? I'm sure, I mean, I'll get used to it either way, because... How long is this game actually? Let me look that up, I'm curious. Okay, 16 hours. Depending on how much of a completionist you are, which I don't think I'm a big completionist when it comes to these games. So it might take a bit longer than 16 hours. But yeah, that's the same, you know, length that Resident Evil 4 remake is. Although that took me 21 hours. Almost 22 hours. Okay. Wait, let me check the map. Ooh. Oh, there's multiple ways here? Oh. Ooh. Don't see me. This looks so goofy. Ew! Oh! Sorry, no. Oh, I don't like that sound. I just don't like the first person stuff when you're crawling. It really creeps me out. And also, it makes it harder to see, is the thing too. I feel like I'm gonna get seen any second. Is this the best camouflage I can use here? Or... There we go. Sorry. I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of this because... Well, I don't want to be caught. So... Okay, let me check the map again. I guess I'm supposed to go down that small path, right? Because that's north. Right? Ugh. God, I hate. Yeah, so I should be going up there, right? Sorry. I mean, especially because they said I'm not supposed to be caught at all. I'm not supposed to fight. I feel like I have to be super vigilant about the camouflage. Okay. I need to really look at the names of the places so that I know when the spiders are first gonna show up, just so I'm ready in case I see one. Okay. Oh, that's so cruel. His smile. Jesus. That was such an evil smile. Do. Wait, am I wearing the right? No, I don't think I am actually. Honestly, did I just fuck up? Like, oh no. Oh, that is. Okay. Okay. I got it. Move. Please.
Huh? I hear something.
Did I fail that? Was it supposed to like fall on him?
There's nothing here.
That's too bad. That would have been funny. But horrible, actually. Really horrible. How am I supposed to get past these two? I wonder. Oh god. How am I supposed to do this? I guess I have to get past them when they're not looking. And like, yeah, like right now.
Huh? Who was that?
Fuck.
Who's that?
Oh shit, yeah. That's the end of that. I don't know how to do anything is the problem. Like, I don't know how to fight. I don't remember anything. How the hell do I, there. Oh god, I don't remember how to do anything. Oh god. Get up. Oh my god. Please. For the love of god. I made it out. Woohoo. Am I here?
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here.
Is he actually being held here?
Security is pretty tight.
Or is this like a trap, like they knew they were coming?
There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Who knows?
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Aww.
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the
Adorable.
target.
That was actually sweet. What the fuck? Hurry up! Let's go! Ugh. Fuck, he's gonna turn around, he's gonna turn around, he's gonna turn around. Hurry up! Faster, faster! It's a snake, okay. Don't bite me. That would be really mean if you bit me, actually. Just so you know, I would not appreciate it if you bit me. I would actually get pretty sad. And I might cry a little. What's this? Ooh, a shotgun. Press. Okay.
Something there?
No. You're imagining it. You're imagining it. You're hallucinating.
I must be seeing things.
Yeah, you're hallucinating.
Who's that?
Fuck, no you're not. I'm trying to get up. For the love of God, get up. I wish I remembered how to, you know, aim properly, but I don't. That's how you do it. Oh, I did hit that one. Oh my god. Awesome. What? How did that happen? Ow! Oh my god, you asshole. How do I do anything? How do I, like, punch? How do I answer? I don't remember how to do anything. How do I do anything? Actually, like, GS3 controls. Ha ha ha. Triangle is the action button. Square is use weapon. Circle is punch and confirm. Got it? Circle is punch. X is crouch, crawl, hold or tap twice, and cancel. R1 is first person view. R2 is equip weapon. R3 is change camera. Okay. L1 is auto aim. Got it, got it. Or look through certain weapons. L2 is equip item. L3, interrogate while holding an enemy. Okay. Start survival viewer. Select codec. Not for me. For me, select. Oh, that's not select. Stupid. Okay, so select. Got it, got it, got it. So. Haha. Eat shit. So L1 is auto aim.
I see him.
Did I hit him? Yeah, I did. Okay. Ooh, it's going down. It's going down. Did I get everyone? Is that why? It's evasion time. Where are you, sir? Fuck. Ah! Haha. What do we got here? Okay. Wait, can I do anything here? Where are you, doctor? My doctor friend. Do I climb up somewhere? Oh, fuck. Oh, it's probably here, right? Yeah, but I can't. I did it.
Major, I'm in front of Sokolov's cell, but the door won't open.
Hold on, Snake. What's the current condition?
I'm in alert, that's why.
Yeah. What phase is it now?
Alert.
Exactly. I already said you can't contact.
Yeah, but I didn't
Sokolov
know
during
that's where he
battle.
was. I was just
Listen to
checking the
people
door.
when they're talking?
Yeah, I literally.
Well, anyway,
This is
the reason
mean.
that door won't open is probably because Sokolov is blocking it himself.
Yeah.
Scary, no wonder. In order to break Sokolov out of there, you'll need his cooperation as well. So stop scaring him.
Ah,
Contact Sokolov later after you've disengaged the
Tom
enemy.
is so rude.
Once things have stabilized, try it again. Got it?
Oh, do I have to wait until it's not an invasion anymore? Got it. Wait, can I... Is there anything I can use to camouflage myself better in here? Splitter. Got it. Uniform. Okay, tree bark or squares? Which one do I like the most? I like this one. It's funky. It's cool. Hi. Hi. What's up? Nothing. Oh, it just stops. Okay, cool. Okay. Hello, doctor. You cooking pasta? Oh, you're cooking important documents.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
What does it
It
mean?
means he's a man of his word.
Wait, does it have a secret meaning?
But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel
Me,
Volgin
I'm they.
of Gru. You in the West
Sorry.
know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks
Okay.
to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the Gru.
Too many names, too many
He has
names.
control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Okay. These games are really good at making me feel stupid. Because, like, there's so much information.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that
What?
many men just to keep me inside.
Oh.
Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb.
What?
Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
When did...
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Oh. Are they, like, actually speaking
Having second
Russian?
thoughts.
No.
And it's just, like, translated
no
for
love for this
us
place. Let's
watching
go.
or playing or whatever? Okay. And I guess that makes sense.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
Roger.
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What
Oh.
happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Wait, I forgot to look up how saving works in this game, actually. Does it work like the others, or is it different? I need to look that up. So I just remembered I haven't used the codec myself. So I need to do that. I need to go through and probably call everyone and whatever. Because I'm curious about what they'll say. What are you doing? Trying to summon some magic? Like, what? Just like... like, okay. Wait, what was that? I didn't really... Oh, they know. Okay.
Freeze!
Oh, God. Hi. So funny story. Yeah.
So this is the legendary boss.
Boss. Oh, that's Ocelot. I don't know.
We meet at last.
Huh.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz.
Ocelot unit, yep.
What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Ew, he's bald.
Soldier?
Hello, young
He's
Ocelot.
the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
He's kind of a nerd. Ocelot.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Rip. Oh, he's not bald. Thank God. Woo! No baldness. Okay, maybe he's not a nerd. He sounds like a nerd, though.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Yes?
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
What? I'm sorry. Okay. Oh. I thought he just did that out of like emotion or something. I was like,
What is that stance?
a cool stance.
That gun.
A cool gun. They're laughing at me?
If you're not the boss,
This is so rude. This is bullying.
then die. Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Nice. Hell yeah, Jack. That was hot. Oh. Got hit in the arm.
Ha!
Ha! There's a lot of slow motion in this one. Did this come out around the same time as The Matrix?
Possible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
That hit a nerve.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, take a nap. He's napping. Okay, Jack is pretty cool. I like him. But I miss Solid Snake. I miss David.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Okay, so we need to find him again. I just realized something. I've been trying to talk about it for a while, but I keep forgetting. The Foxhound thing. They mentioned Foxhound. I don't entirely remember what that is. Oh yeah, Foxhound is just like the thing that Solid Snake was a part of, right? I'm kinda... What was I mixing it up with? I'm mixing it up with something. I'm mixing up with that thing that bisexual vampire from Metal Gear Solid 2 was a part of. Dead Cell. That's what it was, Dead Cell. Sorry. Okay, now I'm more clear in my head because I kept thinking about it. I was like, are we part of Dead Cell? But I thought it was called Foxhound because I was mixing it up in my head. But no, okay. But I don't even know if we're part of Foxhound. I just remember them mentioning Foxhound. Okay. I need to hunt some food. I know there's a snake in here. So let me... Yeah, there we go. Let me eat that, because we're hungry. And let me change my camouflage. Oh no, I think it's... No, wait. Oh no, it's the best one still. Oh, not options, sorry. You see, there's the fox on the menu thing, so. Let's eat. Tasty. Okay. Alright, where am I supposed to go? Like, but you could probably check the map. Probably, okay, so it's probably over here. I feel like the walking around controls are a lot better in this game, but honestly, it's been 5 months. I barely remember how Metal Gear Solid 2 but I feel like we didn't have a free camera in Metal Gear Solid 2. Maybe that's why I'm noticing the frames so much, because but I actually realized I can see the FPS actually, and it's like it's about 50 FPS. It doesn't, is it really though? Or is it the emulator thing, but the actual game itself is like lower FPS? I don't know. I wish I knew where I was supposed to go. Probably here, actually. Oh, no, no, Oh, right, I was supposed to use my codec, I just remembered. Okay, good, they're all... Let me call everyone.
Snake, stay alert. The KGB and GRU both have their sights set on Sokolov. GRU is a military espionage outfit, the intelligence wing of the Soviet Defense Ministry's General Staff Office. It competes with the KGB, which is under the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and the two are always watching each other.
Never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing.
Exactly. Now, added to that rivalry, there's a vicious power struggle going on between the Khrushchev faction and the anti-Khrushchev faction.
So Khrushchev is using the KGB, and Volgin and the anti-Khrushchev forces are using the GRU?
That's the idea. The two factions are fighting over Sokolov. We're in an extremely dangerous situation here.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I'm not really.
Get Sokolov out of there safely. He must not be turned over to the KGB or to the GRU. Sokolov took off in the direction of the rope bridge. Get after him.
Oh, so
hurry.
Backward. Okay, rope bridge. Got it. Thank you. Paramedic.
I see you've got yourself a Baltic hornet's nest. Baltic hornets are a variety of hornets that inhabit that area. The difference between them and other hornets is that they produce honey in their nests. Inside the nests are larvae, pupa, and adults. You can eat them all. In particular, the honey you find inside the nest is delicious and full of nutrients. It's easy to digest and helps pep you up when you're feeling tired. In short, it's the perfect survival food. Honey can also be used as a burn ointment. When honey is applied to a burn, it creates a protective coating over the skin. When you knock down a hornet's nest, a burn ointment will appear along with it, so don't forget to pick it up. Of course, the hornets aren't going to give up their nest without a fight. If you knock a nest down, a large swarm of hornets will come flying out, so be careful.
Okay, cool. And the boss isn't gonna answer, right? Because, yeah, they said she disappeared. Okay, let's save, actually. Wait, I need to look up how saving
again,
works.
Snake?
Yeah. Slot 1. There we go.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen a single
It's
Godzilla
about
movie,
this
actually.
monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake,
What?
it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too.
The American version
recommend
probably
seeing the original
sucks.
Japanese one if you ever get the chance.
Yeah,
It's mostly
I should
mindless
actually.
fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Not
If
anymore.
you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Yep.
Of course. Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
I'm actually not.
Really?
Okay.
I have a
then
really
I'll
hard
tell you
time with
everything I
watching
know.
movies.
When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding.
I like her.
Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
I actually like that recommendation. The way she recommended it was like, it's mostly mindless fun, but it also has an anti-nuke message. Like, I was like, yeah, oh, you know what? I'll watch that. That sounds fun. Now I'll look up how to save. I'll have to add that. Godzilla, what was it called? Godzilla, King of the Monsters. It's from... No, that's the new one. Oh, it's 1956. It's the same name, but there's a new one with the same name that came out in 2019. Oh, and it stars Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga, if I'm saying that right. I'm gonna go to my letterbox and like add that to my watch list, because I like the original one. Okay, it's on my watch list. Oh, and now to look up how the saving works. Wait, am I paused? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So it's like the other games where like when you enter a new area, you can save. Now let's go towards the bridge and get the doctor. I keep forgetting what his name is. Oh, I need to change my camouflage. Here we go. There he is. Okay. Why are you pointing your gun at him?
You okay?
Oh, okay.
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got
Yeah,
some
you'll
of
be
the best
fine.
backup we could ask for.
What just happened? Oh. Metal Gear.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching
Maybe that's
nuclear
not
IRBM.
actually Metal Gear, but
Launch nuclear missiles
similar.
in that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No. This is only the end of Phase 1.
Okay.
It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I did didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly.
I'll try.
They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Let's go. Mamma mia. It's me, Mario. Sorry. What's gonna happen here? Is he gonna fall? Don't look down. What's wrong with you? Oh. Oh, that's the boss. Right? Yeah. The boss.
Boss?
Oh, Jesus Christ, drop them both at the same time for the love of God.
Good work.
Don't even drop them, just put them down slowly.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Sokolov. Oh, is she bad? No, 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 no. I hate that sound.
Hornets.
That's a freeze frame. I might make that the thumbnail. Whoa! Is that a vampire? What? 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 That was a vampire, right? Like vamp? Was that vamp? I don't think that was vamp, right? It didn't look like vamp. Also, vamp likes to be shirtless, so it wasn't him. Yeah, that's not vamp. That's another person. Or maybe it is.
My friends, let us
No,
fight
because this
together
is
again.
a prequel.
I've
Sorry,
waited long for this day.
he wouldn't look older. So
We will
no, that's
fight
not.
with
That's
you
another
once
person.
more.
What? Is that a
Welcome
parrot?
back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together,
What the hell?
it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
What is going on? Is she making it rain?
It's raining blood.
Is it?
Is he crying?
What is Ooh. Is this a horror game?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Hello?
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
That's
Welcome
Volgan.
to my country. And to my unit.
This one.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads.
Ooh.
These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, This one is still just a child, too pure for us cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
Is she being mind controlled or something? I mean, honestly, I don't know her. Maybe she just wanted to leave. That was cool. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Leave Jack alone. This is rude.
He's seen my face.
Okay.
We can't let him live.
I don't think I'm gonna be walking around talking about your face. So, I think you're fine.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished.
Okay, Wolverine.
He must die.
Are those bullets?
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him.
Will she, though?
Jack,
She doesn't want him to
you
die.
can't come with us.
Is she gonna throw him down? Maybe she does want him to die. She's gonna throw him down. Yep. Right? Oh! Ooh. Oh. No! Yeah, just what I thought. Yeah, that wasn't nearly
New blood has been rejected.
like tall enough for him to die, I don't think. Well, maybe. I don't really know about that stuff.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Is she like a double spy, like trying to infiltrate them?
Ours.
I mean, it's hard because I don't know her. Like, I didn't grow attached to her. Yeah, like, I feel like this twist is something they should have done, like, further into the
My place
story.
is with them now.
Because, like, I don't feel betrayed. I don't even know who she is. You know? But I feel bad for Jack. Oof. Ouchie.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Just barely.
I hear you just fine.
Listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it.
That sounds like he's gonna die. Like, what?
Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
The way he
Okay,
moved on,
here we
like,
go.
it's totally like an inside job thing where they're trying
First,
to, like...
open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment.
Oh, cool.
Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone and lacerations on
wow.
your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen.
This is like very in
They
depth.
need to be fixed using surgical treatment.
This
Move
is
the
very
healing
in-depth.
cursor with the left analog stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left analog stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
I'm not gonna remember that.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
They went really in depth with the healing. Usually I just use like no. Okay, wait, okay. Cuts, deep cut, bleeding, no bandage, blood, yeah, not yet disinfected. Oh, it's telling me, okay. Okay, first disinfectant, which I think is probably, nope, it's here, okay. Suture kit, bandage, splint. Disinfect, okay. Okay, and then bleeding. Oh, bandage. Oh, still bleeding. Hold on. Wait, so is that good, or do I need to get it to 100%? Let me come back to that if I like it. Okay, suffer from a deep cut, bleeding. Okay. Stop the bleeding. Disinfect. Maybe I should disinfect first, I don't know. Okay. Bone fracture. Okay, I first need, what was it? A splint, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, a splint. And then a bandage. Oh, that does it completely. Okay, so I've missed something on these. Okay, what more do I need? Oh, I need to suture it too. That's what it is, okay. Got it, okay. And then, oh, here's another one. Okay, so, disinfect, styptic, suture, bandage. Okay, and here we got, splint and bandage. There we go. It was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. I like that, actually. It's fun. I feel like a doctor. Speaking of that, I think my thumb bone is that it like jumped out or something yesterday, because it still feels weird. But I don't think so, because I feel like I would be able to tell, right? But it feels like something's wrong with the bone. Which, how do you tell? I don't know. Oh, poor boy.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
getting recovered? Oh. You get me out of this jungle. Please!
Shagohod.
Don't really know what that means, but cool. Good to know. I mean, I've heard that a few times, but I don't really know what it is. Shagohod. Oh, okay. It's them, right? She's definitely not lost. No, like, she definitely... I feel like she's gonna, like, come back. But, you know, I have a feeling that, you know, this is, like, all planned. Like, it's all part of the plan. They just haven't told Jack. Hello, Ocelot. Oof. You sound like you're gonna eat it, which that's fine. Just take a bite.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Do I know who that is? Why do I feel like I know who that is?
Who is she?
Do I know who that is?
She's Sokolov's woman.
What? Sokolov's wife is in America.
She's a nice catch.
Ew.
I'll take her.
Ugh. Can we kill him?
Not so fast, my dear.
Who is this? Have I seen pictures of her somewhere? Like, over the years? Because, like, I don't know, I recognize her.
A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Ew. I don't like him.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Oh, wow. Oh, God. That's fucked. Oh yeah, let's save. Sure. Cool. Konami presents. Oh, that was like the prologue. Okay. Okay, James Bond. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life not for honor, but for you.
Like the song. Was it specifically made for this?
Time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Like, yeah, that was very James Bond. Snake Eater. I can do that too. 1 week later, August 30th, 1964. Okay, got it. Arctic Ocean airspace.
Altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload anti-3 system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with our
Now he looks just like Solid Snake with that
This is our last chance.
headband.
Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced
I just realized 1 week
ICUs in the
later and
world?
he's completely fine now. Okay.
Tell the suits about visiting hours. I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed.
Wait, so it's
Still
not
got a chance to find
Foxhound,
this
it's
one
before it
alive.
became
what kind of
Foxhound or
chance?
something? I don't know.
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
Okay.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Is this guy gonna be the
Her
only
name
Russian
is
character
the
with a
Boss.
Russian accent?
She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yeah, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was
Now that I
completed
think
2
about
years
it,
ago.
I don't think they would like
Serious problems
purposefully.
were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
I'll say it after.
Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal, huh?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear
That was a
conflict,
lot of
we have to
information.
prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off.
Of course.
You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Okay. Sorry, I kind of zoned out for like a little bit. Oof. Okay. Oh my. Oh. Oh wow. He landed in pretty much the exact same stance. Okay. He looks really good. He looks just like Solid Snake.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Oof.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time.
Okay.
Rescue Sokolov. Find out
Okay.
what's happened to the Shagohod then
Shagahod.
destroy it.
That's
And finally,
Shagahod.
eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
That's
This
gonna be the
mission will
tough one for
codenamed
him.
Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagahod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
Sorry.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
Okay.
Wrong one.
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
No.
Must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use.
Is this some sort of
what should I call
foreshadowing?
you?
You know, let's just use 0, like we've been doing all along.
0.
All right then.
That's gotta be some sort of
Zero it is.
foreshadowing.
We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency?
0.
140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Cool.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked.
Whoa.
That's the same kind of fate.
It's kind of fucked
Her
up.
frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint.
Sigint.
He's an
Okay,
expert
Mr.
on the
Sigint.
latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any
Okay.
questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Sigint. Sigint.
Adam,
Okay.
your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The
Okay.
same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Oh, it's the same one.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lulelo."
Lali Lulelo. Gotcha.
Okay.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent. To the Khrushchev regime, at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
No pressure at all.
Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Yeah. No pressure. Oh, God.
Snake, your first task is to meet up with Adam, the contact provided by the KGB. The rendezvous point is the abandoned factory to the north of your current position. Head north.
The abandoned factory. That's where I met Sokolov during the Virtuous mission.
I know.
Correct, but we can't afford to have the same thing happen this time.
Gotcha.
I know.
It's this way, right? Yeah. don't have a knife, a gun. I should probably use the knife, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, that's cool. I need to, like, switch the camouflage. I wasn't wearing any. Oof. Sorry. Am I supposed to just jump off here? Let me see. I guess so. But there are snakes. I'm actually not a horse? No, there's a snake there. That one looks poisonous, kinda. I think I need to use my gun for this. Where's the horse? I guess it's up ahead. Oh, let me... Oh shit, sorry. I only meant to do it once. Horsey. Did I miss it by going forward? Was it like behind me somewhere? I hope not. I want to see a horsey. I'm a horse girl. Oh, there it is. Aww. Adorable. Am I gonna get to ride it? Cause that would be so cool. Please let me ride it. It has a saddle.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Is that the boss? Yeah. What are you wearing?
That arm still hurt?
I didn't think we were gonna see her so soon.
What are you doing here?
Oh, okay. That's not a good camouflage. You really stand out by wearing like full on like white.
Go home.
Ouchie.
Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
You're mean.
Boss.
Wait, is that her horse? Ooh.
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
Oh, wow.
There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
Jesus. Let's chill out a little bit. Yeah?
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
Oh.
The border is 60 miles south of here.
Did you see the shadow thing?
To run that far.
Oh wait. Oh, I forgot. I need to say something that I was gonna say during the cutscene before, but I forgot. But now I remember. And there's another thing I want to say now.
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose.
What's your purpose?
What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or
Are
your
those
beliefs?
the only two options?
Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either.
Sure, I can eventually. I'll get there. I'll get strong.
Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long.
Oh dang! I guess that means we. Oh! Oh!
If we meet again, I'll kill you.
What is wrong with you?
Now, go home.
So I guess that means we won't be riding that horse. I hope I don't forget the two things I wanted to talk about.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
Yeah.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling.
What?
It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians.
Oh, I thought you meant about losing the gun.
But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion.
Zero's
You've
hiding
lost your
something.
weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
It's not that simple. The controls in these games aren't the best when it comes to, you know, the stealth, because you have to click X, and it's like click X and like the go forward, and it's first person, then it's not first person, like oh. But okay, now I can talk about the two things because I remember what they are. Okay, one, I'm going to say this a while ago. I take back what I said about like this all being a plan, because I don't think they would. Well, one, I don't think she would give actual like nuclear stuff to Volgin. Volgin. Sorry, I forgot what it was. It's one of those. I think it might be Volgin. Oh, I'll get it eventually. But to that guy, and then let him use it. I don't think they would allow that to happen, or maybe they would, because by doing that he killed Russian people, and they might not give a shit, you know? So it is possible, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I mean, it's still in the back of my mind that, you know, this could all be planned, but I'm not as, like, sure about it. Because I don't think they would allow that. Maybe they would, because they don't give a shit about killing Russian civilians. Which is fucked, but we'll see. And the second thing, what was the second thing? Oh, that like translucent person that was like behind the boss. That's the same one that appeared with her on the bridge. So maybe, here's a theory, maybe that guy is controlling her somehow. Cause like they were like appearing behind her, and stuff. That's a theory, because if they've worked together for 10 years and then suddenly she just switches like that, there's definitely more at play there. So yeah, that's my theory, that creepy person who like appears and is like transparent and stuff is controlling her somehow. That's my theory. Okay. Ugh. Okay. And that's the way forward. Got it. Oh wait, should I switch camouflage? No, actually it's... Oh, I can switch to this. But it's the same effect.
What's this? HQ? HQ.
This is HQ.
You need to leave.
Patrol here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Please leave. Will I be fine if I just stand still here? Or will I get caught eventually? I have no idea. Like, this isn't older games. I feel like if I stay still, I'll be completely fine, right? Because it's really mostly like newer games where that won't save you, right? Because like older games are like known for their terrible enemy AI. Like, I mean, I remember even like the first The Last of Us game, the original one. I think it's better in the remake, but like even that had like terrible enemy AI that like, well, not terrible, just like stupid enemy AI. So I feel like I'll be fine. Oh, maybe not. No. Help me. How do I stealth kill again? Wait, I need to look it up because I don't want to fuck it up. Okay, hold circle next to an enemy, then while you're holding him, press square to use your knife. Got it, okay. Let's see if I can do that. Can I do this while crawling? I guess here's a test.
Who's that?
Okay, got it. But I think I have to like walk like this. Why isn't it like doing what I want it to do? Sorry.
I see.
I gotcha. There were just two of them, right? So I should be fine, but I'll wait for the thing to be over. Every time it like freezes like that, I feel like it's gonna crash. Okay.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder going into high.
Sorry.
The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Oh. See what I did? I clicked on R3, and this is like apparently the camera that came with the game originally. And this third person came with Subsistence, which I'm playing. Thank God for that. That is so good. Wait. Oh, I forgot to use these. Like, what do they do though? You know? We can climb up this tree. What do I do up there? Is there something up there? There you go. I'm supposed to like shoot these down or something? Oh, I don't have a gun. Never mind. I can't shoot it down. Wait, okay, what does this sonar do? Okay, sensors that detect animal with sound waves. Okay, sonars for animals. Okay, this one senses enemies. Okay. Battery power? Ugh. Well, in that case... like this music. It's nice to play a game and be able to hear the music, you know? That's a reference to my Resident Evil 4 remake playthrough, so yeah. That was not fun, but... I mean, I love the game though, don't get me wrong. Just want to make that clear, I love the RE4 remake so much.
HQ.
Patrol here. No problems detected.
Understood. Resume your patrol.
I think I saw something.
Fuck.
I'm seeing things.
Thank God. Alright, let me take this out.
Huh? Who's that?
Ooh. Okay. I don't like the battery power stuff. I think this game is going too hard for realism a little bit. And it's stressing me out. I mean, I like the healing though. It was fun. It's fun, the realistic healing. Oh, okay. But outside of that, they're going a little too hard on it, and it stresses me out. Oh. Ah! Sorry. I don't like those sounds. Up here. Wait, what's this? Directional microphone can pick up small sounds. Oh yeah. I remember this. Stun grenade. Stuns enemy temporarily. Press repeatedly to make a combo attack for cloak. Press to slash. Press firmly to stab. So hold. Press repeatedly to make a combo. Okay. Got it. Maybe I should use a stun grenade here, actually. Oh. Do they drop the first person thing in the fourth one? Because that would be cool. I don't like it. I am firmly a third person fan. Where'd the guard go? Am I... Where'd the guard go? Jesus. What the hell? Am I... Where the fuck... Did they go down the... Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. How far do they go before they turn back? Because I feel like I'm gonna start going on the ladder and they're gonna turn around. Then they're gonna call for backup before I get the chance to kill them. But I feel like I kind of have the stealth killing under control. So maybe they won't be able to call for backup. We'll see. But yeah, as soon as he walks off the bridge here, I'll be able to grab. Wait, is this the best stealth I can do, or... No, I can do leave. Oh. 95, that's good. Okay. I'm just gonna go my phone because he's a really slow walker. Come on, hurry it up. We don't got all day here. You, like, why are you such a slow walker? I don't understand straight people. Like, how can you walk that slow? I don't understand. I never will. It does not make sense to me how anyone could comfortably walk that slow. Like, I have to try to walk that slow. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but cool. I did it. Is that mushrooms? Cool. Isn't this room... Am I not at my destination? Yeah, I am. Okay. Oh, I need to change my camo. Apparently. Yeah. Okay. Wait, let me take out the AP sensor. Are there no people here? Eat. Because it's not sensing anyone. Am I supposed to go up here? Or am I supposed to go to the exact same spot? Keep hearing like a faint beeping sound. Ooh. I think I can change here to... Oh no, never mind. Ooh, that was a dramatic jump. Jack. Like, am I supposed to go in the cell again, or? This is where I found him before. Like, is there stuff here for me to look at? Oh, cool. I can't open this. Thermal goggles! Hell yeah. Visualizes heat source distribution. I also want to see in the dark. Consumes battery power while used. Fucking battery power. Was that a thing in the others? Or, and did I just forget it? Or... Wait, where are the... Are they in the weapons? Where's the fucking... Where are the thermal goggles? Oh, I don't have it equipped, right? Because you have to equip everything. It's just in the backpack. Oh yeah, weapon equipped 3 of 8. Wait, what do I have? Oh, food. Food, okay. Oh, I can just equip it and have everything equipped. Okay, good. Okay, it's not dark enough. Ugh. That made me want to throw up a little bit, to be honest. Okay, you can't open that. I wish there were like button prompts. I always think it's better. Like I get, yeah, immersion, whatever, but I've always... Oh, there's a trap door under there. I see you. Hee hee hee. I feel like I hear a rat. Like, this is a trapdoor, right? Do I need to push the bed out? Because I'll do that. I'll happily do that, you know? Okay, maybe I need to call. Maybe I, like, don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. And I forgot. So let me...
Adam is a spy sent by the KGB to infiltrate Volgin's ranks. You'll need to be extremely careful in how you approach him.
Oh yeah, Adam's supposed to be here.
He
Where
can't
is
let
he?
Volgin know he's meeting me.
That's right. Adam won't show up if you're being pursued by the enemy.
I'm not being
Before
pursued
you
though.
go to rendezvous with Adam, make sure you haven't been seen by the enemy. Meet up with him in normal phase. Got it?
It is normal phase, but I don't know where I'm supposed to meet him. You know? I mean, I guess it's not in here. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. Oh? Is it happening now? Okay. Cool. Adam. Come out, wherever you are.
Sorry I'm late.
What's that, Adam?
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
He's
All right,
always
say
so
the password.
shocked when there's women
Who are the
around.
Who are the Patriots? Answer me.
So I guess this isn't Adam then. Because she said he couldn't make it. Unless she is, and she's just saying that. Oh! Oh.
Get down!
Oh, wait, she's trying to help? Okay. Oh, yeah. What a badass.
There is your answer.
Cool. Oh, that's her. That's the one that was on the helicopter / plane, right? With Ocelot. That's her, right? Oh, of course, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, sure. Okay. Totally.
Her name's Eva.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's Eva. Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
Naked Snake.
Snake.
Naked Snake. Say the
Snake,
full
huh?
one. Is he embarrassed?
Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
I wish I could change outfits in during during cutscenes, because I would be shirtless to
Colonel
like,
Volgin is a very suspicious man. He
make it
decided
more
Adam
equal.
wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were.
Yes,
Why?
because I can do things he can't.
like what?
I heard you used to be a code breaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
I feel like she should be wearing like a bulletproof vest if she's gonna be
It's a
shooting
Chinese
people.
Type 17 pistol.
But
Around here,
You
even
know.
that's hard to come by.
how are we gonna sexualize her if she has a
The
bulletproof
one I got
vest? You
for
know.
you is American made.
She seems cool.
45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like
He's
it?
such a nerd.
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced. and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized.
Cool.
Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers. And
I
there are
thought
more
she was
where
gonna
that
say
came
she
from.
made it, but I guess not.
You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A
Thank you.
disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then.
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Okay. Sure.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
I did some
We'll see,
disguise
won't we?
stuff in
Tell me how to get to the
Metal Gear
lab.
Solid 2.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll
Okay.
come to a
More
heliport
north.
used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse.
Cave
Make your way
swamp.
through the warehouse, and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Cave, swamp,
Got
warehouse, lab. There was something before that, like
What are
forest
you doing
stuff.
there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight.
Cool. He's such a nerd.
Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
Sure.
You'll never make it in your condition.
Take a nap.
It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without
Do you
a
mean
map.
we have to wait
What about
until
I
dawn?
have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
Okay, cool.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information, nothing more.
Aww.
You look disappointed. All right, then. I'll do something special for you.
What?
I'll stand watch until dawn. Now
Until
be
dawn, there we go.
and lie
They
down.
said it, okay.
What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
That's true.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna get that?
I like her despite all the male
She's right,
gaziness.
Pete. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury.
So saving and quitting.
When you're tired
Okay.
or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah.
Wait, so I have to quit the game? Alright. Right, or is it just going to be save this time? But otherwise it's save and quit the game and come back and you will have slept and you will get back your stamina. That's pretty easy with like an older game like this where like it loads pretty fast. So that's not too bad. Damn, I've already played for almost 3 hours. I mean, I've recorded for longer because I had some issues at the start. But I'm not even like getting to the point where I feel like I need to stop. I'm having a lot of fun. I get why you like this game, Steven. Ugh, no. I'm not doing that.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded.
Also, why is she straight up in like a bikini? Like, that's not outdoor, that's a bikini.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry. Don't forget your gear. Here, give me a hand.
Oh yeah, the trapdoor that I saw. I knew that was a thing. I'm so smart. I was just ahead of the game.
We can use this to get to the basement. Damn it, Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Okay, I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Sure.
Don't go dying on me now.
We just met. Like, let's slow down a little bit here. Like, I like you, but I don't really care about you yet. I don't even know you. Okay. How do I, How do I... Am I supposed to go down there, or was it just her? Oh, no, right, I'm distracting them. Okay. Am I supposed to just... Ah! Ow! Leave me be, let me be. Yeah, there we go. Ah! Oh, mine detector. Okay. Oh god. I feel like I'm gonna die. Ah! Get away from me! Okay. Do I have some healing? Oh, okay. This is how you heal, I forgot. Okay, got a cut. So we need that. And we gotta burn, ointment, and bandage. Okay. Is the ointment over here? No. Do we have the ointment? Oh yeah, we do. We have some ointment and bandage. But is there some other healing stuff we have? Because I feel like I picked something up. So we got a mine detector. Does that mean we should be having it then? Because like, what do I unequip? Ooh. Maybe the cigar. Yeah. Magazine. Oh, magazine. Oh, I thought it was like a reading magazine. Wait, which gun? Oh yeah, this is one that I started with. This is one that she gave me, right? Eva. I'm still not really healed. Got the scientist one here, but I'm not gonna use it yet, right? Let's do that. And what's this? What's that? Hold on. C box A. Oh, cardboard box. Got it, got it, got it. What do I replace? Oh god. Okay. Honestly, motion detector. Should I take it out now? Oh.
Box.
Don't. Where are you? I wonder. It's like, are you in here?
Just my imagination.
Yeah, it's just a box. Grow up. I'm healing while doing this, so that's good. No. Where are you? Mysterious person. Like, where are they? How do they see me when I can't see them? Yeah, exactly. So grow up and stop imagining things. Oh. I'm just a box. I'm just a box. Ignore me. I'm a box. There's nothing to see here. I'm just a British box. Or that's what you thought. I'm not a box or British.
What?
I
see you.
Yeah. Did I just blow something up? Hi. You're gonna die. Okay. Oh. Ow. There we go. Wait, there's one enemy left. Is that what the thing in the corner means? Because that's good to know. I have to deal with one more enemy, and then I guess a cutscene starts and we continue with the escape. So where is the last enemy? Hello, where are you? Strange. Ah! Oh my god. Ooh. Where did you go? No, honestly, where'd you go? Cause like, I can't find you. I can hear you talking. Oh, are they in there? Oh, here. That's where it came from. The person was like, huh? Ooh, ooh, ooh. There you go. Ha ha ha. Woo. Okay. Do I go down the hatch now too? Or... yeah. Okay. Seems to be freezing more and more in this particular area. I don't like this. I don't like that you can't move the camera while walking forward, but I think that was a thing originally too. I don't like that while you move, it sounds like there's something skittering on like above me while I crawl. Eva, did I go through the wrong place? No, I think this is right? Or no, it wasn't. Wrong. You went to the wrong place, mate. That was not British. Or was it? You know, I'm not good with accents. When I hear an accent, I'm like, yeah, I probably know what it is, but when I'm trying to do one, anyone's guess. Here. This is where I'm supposed to go, right? Or am I wrong again? Probably wrong again. Oh, what's this? Ah. Oh! You can just find them in the wild? What's the zombie? Mimics a zombie? That's a skeleton. Is this like a reference to COD? Or was COD Zombies even out at this point? I don't fucking know. Also, I don't know if that would even be an accurate thing, because I haven't played that game since I was a kid, so I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. Right place, right place. Eva. Huh? Did she just shoot to get my attention, or okay, no.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Hi, Ocelot. Oh, he got her.
That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy?
Ew. I just realized what he did.
This bitch is wearing perfume.
Shut the fuck up. Stop being a misogynist.
Stay where you are.
Ocelot,
I've had
it's not
enough of your
cute.
judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well,
I'm
it
gonna
wouldn't
kick
happen
your
if you hadn't been
ass.
Showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item.
That's a pretty gun.
And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
You loser. Oh, nice high kick. She's cool. Ow! That must have fucking hurt. Jesus Christ. She's really cool. I like her.
6 shots. That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn!
What's he
isn't over
doing?
yet.
Okay, he's fleeing. Got it.
Don't.
Why?
He needs to live to go through the events of Metal Gear Solid 1.
You'll regret stopping.
Can't die, can't kill him now. That wouldn't
Damn
make
it.
sense.
Got to get back before he does.
She's so badass. Okay. Why couldn't I just ride with her? Why do I have to walk? Ugh. I don't wanna walk. Okay, there. Bug juice? That is so fucking gross. Like, what the hell is bug juice? Okay. I don't know why, I just randomly got shivers. Oh, hello. How do I switch to the knife? Guess I gotta look it up, it doesn't tell me. Oh. It's to, like, interrogate, I guess. Okay. So I have to take out my knife to do this. There we go. Do I gotta, like, swim now? There's alligators slash crocodiles. I don't really know the difference between them. And I can't see where I'm supposed to go, too. So, like... Let me see the map. Oh god, guess I just gotta do it. Wait, let me save first. Let me call everyone first, okay. Major Zero.
It looks like you've got rid of all the ocelots.
Yeah.
Now proceed with the rescue of Sokolov. According to Eva, you should start by going to the crevice to the north and...
Can we trust her?
What's that?
Eva is with the KGB, isn't she? Can I really believe what she says? How do I know she won't double-cross me?
There are no guarantees in espionage, Snake, only calculated guesses.
I
At this point in
guess.
time, the KGB stands nothing to gain by stabbing us in the back.
And I like
can't
Ava,
trust
so
her.
please don't make her
I'm
evil.
saying the chance that she'll betray you is low.
And don't kill her. Jesus Christ.
Of course, we checked the route she gave you against our own data. It looks like a pretty solid infiltration route. It makes good use of weak spots in the enemy's defenses. You shouldn't have any problems. Follow the route Eva showed you and proceed with the mission.
Roger.
First, enter the cave through the crevice. Eva said it was to the north, so head that way.
Okay. Medic.
Snake, you've got a gunshot wound.
Oh, do I? Okay.
When you get shot, you'll sometimes suffer a gunshot wound. The chance of suffering a serious injury is especially high at close range. When you have a gunshot wound, your maximum life will decrease depending on its severity. Gunshot wounds will heal naturally over time, but if you want it to heal faster, go into Cure in the survival viewer and treat it.
Got it.
To treat a gunshot wound, you need to dig out the bullet with your knife, disinfect the wound, and apply styptic, then wrap it in a bandage. When all that's finished, the gunshot wound will be fully healed.
Gross. Sigint.
Yo! You're Snake, aren't you?
Oh, hi.
And you're Sigint?
None other.
I heard
I
that
realized
you're
I
an
never
expert
called
on
them.
weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Close.
Huh?
I am the expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology. I'm the guy that designed your trank gun, active sonar, and motion detector. If you want to know anything about weapons or equipment you find in the field, just send me a message and ask. Later.
Alright. Will do. Wait, I should call him right away then, too. Because that was just the introduction.
Hey, Snake, remember back at the abandoned factory when you whittled the grip of that 45 down?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a customization like that before. Why the grip?
To fit it with a knife.
A knife? You're gonna keep the knife and the gun both at the ready?
Apparently.
That's the idea.
Why would you want to do that?
Sometimes a knife works better in close proximity encounters. So I equip both at the same time. That way I can switch back and forth in an instant.
Badass. So that's that.
CQC.
Okay. Cool. Save.
Do you want to save?
Yes, please. Three hours, Jesus. Okay.
Snake, do you know the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yes.
Nope, never heard of it.
These scientists are investigating a place deep
But
in
I
the
don't think I've
Amazon
ever
called
watched
the
it.
Black Lagoon, and they get picked off one after the other by this fishman thing. And there was this scene when the heroine is going for a swim, and the creature sneaks up on her from underwater. Oh, I thought my heart was going to stop. I mean, of course, the 3D effects in It Came from Outer Space were a lot more intense, but...
It wouldn't be referring to you coming from outer space, would it?
What?
How rude! Why do you say that?
Because no one on Earth could be as charming as you.
Okay.
Fine, I'll just get to the point, Snake. Be careful of what's around you when you're in the water. Just imagining you swimming in those jungle rivers makes me think of you being attacked by a fishman.
I appreciate
Does that mean there's going to be fishmen in the
Fishmen
water?
aren't the only things that'll attack you in the water. Really be careful out there.
Yeah, the alligator slash
And
crocodiles.
don't be attacking any pretty girls going for a swim, either.
Are you calling me a fishman?
You started it.
Okay. I like their little movie talks. Okay. Guess I just gotta avoid them. Where is this, the crevice, or is the crevice over there? I feel like it's over here. Oh god. I'm scared. Oh. Wait, I think I need to like go into cure, because you see the red on my health bar. It's not fully healing, so. Oh, what's up?
Snake, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you miss me?
Did you make it without any trouble?
No one saw me.
So you're back with Vulcan?
In a matter of speaking.
What's the 0204 thing?
Yeah, she's here too.
Better be careful.
I'm scared of hitting the
Thanks, I will.
arrows in case it like,
Boss and I
skips
get along
something.
pretty well, though. I guess we traders have a lot in common.
Why would anyone want to defect? Betraying your country like that, I just don't get it.
Are you talking about the boss?
Why do you do it? Weren't you born and raised in America?
Yes, in a small rural town. I never even knew there were other countries, other cultures, other ways of thinking, until I went to work for the NSA. And one day, I found I'd lost faith in the things I'd been taking for granted.
What did you see? What was it that made you want to change sides?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw the universe.
The universe?
That's cool.
Not the actual universe. The universe as the intelligence community sees it. I realized that the gravity in this universe was holding me back. That's all. People and countries are both changed by their environment. And by the times.
That sounds like what the boss was saying.
There's a world of difference between this country and America. But it's only a difference of position, a difference of perspective. Coming here made me realize something. Half of what I'd been told was a complete and utter lie. The other half was a conveniently constructed lie.
Where's the truth then?
It's hidden in the lies.
Are you lying too?
Who knows? I've been trained to make even the most severe falsehood sound like the honest truth. Weren't you?
No. I believe because I have to, even if it is a lie.
You don't have to believe anything.
I'll have to remember that. If you need me, give me a call on the radio. My frequency is 142.52. See ya.
See ya. Let's heal fully. Oh, I have some... Oh, leeches in the water. Ew! Ew, 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 ew! Blood-sucking leeches attached to a body. Ugh. Okay, stamina will continue to decrease while leeches... Oh. Burn off with a lit cigar. Okay. That's just a gunshot wound. I mean, let's deal with that. Whatever. Oh. It's gonna show him taking it out. Because I obviously want to see that. Ew. I liked it in all the, like, these things. He's always shirtless. Why would I want to see that? Like, I didn't know, I don't need to see that, actually. Just I see him shirtless, but... But I don't need to see all of that. Wait, is there something like that for everything, but I just backed out too soon or something? No, no, because it makes that sound. Okay. All right. Is there better camouflage for this place? Nope. What's this? Ah! scared me.
Careful. I might not have told you this yet, but that swamp is rigged with traps.
Okay, so I should probably take out my mine detector.
About it.
So you know
Just in
already.
case.
Yeah.
Well, then you're all set.
I
The
didn't know how
traps in
to...
that area are set to go off when a rope stretched along the ground is disturbed.
Okay, so we're all
Keep
just
a
ropes,
close
okay.
eye on the ground and make sure you don't trip over a rope.
What do I do, though, to not trip?
I mean, far be it from me to call you an idiot who can't avoid even the simplest of traps, but you know... What's the matter?
I didn't know how to.
Never mind.
Also, I thought it was like a branch at first, like a tree thing that you were supposed to climb over. Ow! Stop it. Kind of fucked up, if you ask me. I should probably crawl under here, right? Yep. Ah! So there are. Why did she tell me that? She said they all had. She lied to me. That's so fucking rude. She said it was just like, they all had like ropes, but that one didn't. I should have listened to my first instinct and.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
But how do I know where it is? Oh. Dogs? Oh no. There's dogs. It's not that I'm like, I can't kill a fictional dog. It's more like, I think it's scary when they like attack. Because they're faster than humans. I don't like that. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Nope. I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid them, to be completely honest with you. Okay, cuts. Wait, the burn is the easiest one, so let's do that first. It's just ointment and bandage. It's right there. Okay, and this is Oh wait, this is a burn. Sorry. I just wasted a bunch of stuff because I'm stupid. But... Oh, what? Oh, maybe when you do it exactly right, it shows you a video. Well, when you do all the right components, like, because when I first did the burn, I just did ointment and bandage, but now I did it like that I did disinfectant, ointment, and bandage, so it showed me a video. Interesting. So what am I doing wrong with the cuts? Because clearly I'm leaving something out if it's like... But I don't think so.
Who's that?
Nobody here.
Exactly, there's nobody here, so leave me be. Guess I'm just gonna wait this out. I just got a notification where like the next day I enter, I think I'm gonna stop the recording for today. Which is, you know, fine. I've been recording for a while, but it's literally just because I want to watch something that just... Like, okay, I watch reactions sometimes. And I'm supporting one person's reactions on Patreon, so I get full reactions. And they just posted a reaction I've been looking forward to, so... So I'm gonna stop this session when I enter the next area. And then save, and we'll talk to everyone, then save, and record the next one tomorrow. Oh god, how do I get to the next area? Okay, see a bomb there. Oh, I'm supposed to go this way. Sorry. Don't explode, don't explode, don't explode. Please. Okay. Okay, I think I'm supposed to... Ooh. Can I climb it without it exploding? Or no? Oh yeah. Oh god, oh god, oh god. The dog saw me, the dog saw me, the dog saw me! No! Oh, God. Okay. Ah! No. Yeah. Ah. Please faint. Jesus Christ, just faint already. Please. Ah. I'm trying to knock you out. There we go. I think. Yeah. Okay. Why can't I? Okay. No, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Let me heal. All in the crotch. Ouch. And they're all gullet. Yeah, I don't think you're having kids if that was in your plan. But yeah. Oh. What did I forget? Splint? What did I forget? Is it ointment? What did I forget? Oh. Sorry, I remember now. It's, okay, it's disinfect, I think. Then it's splint, knife, bandage, and styptic. There we go. Okay, so, styptic, splint, knife, bandage. Okay. Okay. Oh, ew, ew, ew. Oh, fuck. Ah! Ah! Oh, God. I'm really failing at stealth right now. But I feel like it's because I'm eager to get to the next area right now. Ha! Haha. Where's the dog? Where's the dog? Here we go. Okay. Is there gonna be a cutscene? Or no? Okay. So let's call everyone to end off the episode.
Good, you've reached the relay station, but stay alert. That station is an enemy strongpoint. The security is bound to be tight.
But there's no other way to get to the crevice if I don't make it through.
Exactly.
Through.
The crevice leading to the cave is in the north of that area. Find a way to slip past the enemy and head north.
Always north. That's good, because like north and south are like the only areas I'm super confident about. I mean, I think west is left and east is right. I'm pretty sure. I'm not super good with that.
I see you've caught a coral snake. I mean, a milk snake. The milk snake closely resembles the coral snake, but it's actually not venomous. Even so, you'll still take damage if it bites you, so don't get too close.
Wait, both the women are the exact same age.
So is there
28.
a way to tell the difference between a milk snake and a coral snake?
It's pretty difficult. They really do look almost exactly alike. I guess if I had to pick something, I'd say it's that the milk snake is much less aggressive.
Okay.
Ah, I just thought of a better way. You're going to love this.
What?
Eat it.
Eat it?
Yeah, the guide says milk snakes don't taste very good.
Is that right? But if I've already caught and eaten it, what does it matter which kind of snake it was?
It doesn't, does it? Shoot, I thought I had a good idea.
Okay, second.
Sounds like the Cobra Unit's members' names came from the specific emotions they each carry into battle.
Emotions?
Yeah. For unbearable torment, the pain. For true oblivion, the end.
Oh, he's
For
pretty young,
infinite
24.
rage, the fury. For absolute terror, the fear. And for unsurpassed bliss, the joy.
The joy?
It's another name for the boss, because of the joy she feels in battle, I suppose.
Oh.
During the war, she
Kinda
had
creepy.
a partner named the Sorrow. Sorrow and joy. They say there couldn't have been a more perfect pair.
Kind of creepy. Okay, Eva?
The crevice leading to the cave is to the north of that base. Keep heading north.
Yeah, both 28. Okay, let's save.
You want to save?
Yeah. I would love to save. How long have I been playing? 3.5 hours. Cool. That's a good first session.
Snake, have you heard of It Came from Outer Space?
I've heard the name, yeah.
You told me already.
So this astronomer
haven't
sees
watched
a
it.
meteor, but it's really an alien spaceship, right? And the aliens start replacing the townspeople with clones and forcing them to help repair the ship. The 3D effects were quite realistic.
I've got all the real I can handle here in the jungle.
No, you don't get it. Precisely because it's realistic, with the images jumping out of the screen at you, it makes for a nice escape from reality. I have to admit it made my eyes tired, but it was really intense. Unfortunately, they don't make very many of those movies anymore.
When did it come out?
I was still in college, so probably about 10 years ago?
58.
Guess I'm out of luck then.
You know, they're coming
Since
out with
768.
household versions of video cassette recorders. One day you'll be able to see old movies anytime you want. It'll be like having a movie theater in your own home.
Really?
It's like if you had a record with movie film etched onto it instead of music. It'll work the same way.
You're kidding.
No, really. And someday they might make movies where you control the characters yourself.
Sounds like magic.
It'll happen. Make sure you stay alive to see it, Snake.
We haven't gotten that far yet, but we do kind of have that with, like, video games, I guess. Maybe that's what they were referencing. You know, video games, movies where you can control the character. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Because, like, we have a lot of games that are much closer to movies, like the games by Supermassive games, like Until Dawn, the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Quarry. I love those games. So that was the first 3 hours, around 3 hours, of Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm really liking it. Usually, I feel like usually my first session is shorter because I haven't really got into it, but I really enjoyed it. And honestly, if the reaction that I was waiting for didn't come out there, I probably would have kept going for like a few hours, to be completely honest with you. I was having a really good time. I can see, I said this before, but I can see why this is your favorite, Steven. If it is, I may be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure you told me that 3 was your favorite. But yeah, I'm liking Naked Snake, or Jack. I haven't really gotten attached to him yet, which, I mean, I'm only like 3 hours in, like I've barely seen him, but I can see myself getting attached in the future. But I feel like something that's kind of holding me back a little bit is the fact that, you know, he looks and sounds like Solid Snake, like David. But when I'm saying like David, I don't mean David Hayter, because obviously same voice actor. I mean, obviously, like, Solid Snake's name is David. But it's not him. So I'm kind of just like disappointed that it's not him, so it's kind of holding me back a little bit. But I'll get there. I'm sure. I already like him, just not a lot yet. And I feel like I have a hair in my mouth. And I like Eva, despite how over-sexualized she is. It's like, by the way, I just want to say, I don't mind sexualized characters. Obviously not. But, you know, you can tell what the intention is based on how someone is sexualized. and it's very clear that it's about like pleasing like the male players more than, you know, having her be a sexualized character, you know, character who's like confident in her sexuality and stuff. Because this is kind of how, you know, I mean, I've already been told like by Steven that the female characters aren't that well written here. Like it's like that the whole series is basically like a classic case of men writing women. And, you know, I'm not surprised, and, you know, I'm kind of ready for everything, but I'm still like a bit annoyed by it, obviously. But I'm not gonna let it like stop me from enjoying it or enjoying the characters. And honestly, I like Eva. I think she's pretty cool so far. And we didn't really have, you know, a female ally on our side in Metal Gear Solid 2, like physically there. I don't think. Like, I'm pretty sure the only woman we saw physically. Well, we had Emma, but that's not what I mean, you know, like she was kind of defenseless mostly. Like we were protecting her and stuff. Whereas like Eva is an ally who can like help and like take care of herself, you know? Which we haven't had that since Meryl. What's her name, Meryl? Or do I have Dragon Age on my brain? Sorry. Yeah, Meryl. I got it right. I also do have Dragon Age on my brain, though, because I'm watching a playthrough of Dragon Age 2 at the moment. But yeah, I do like her, and it's nice to have, you know, a female ally again, and one that isn't necessarily like. I mean, I feel like there are qualities that are kind of like, I'm not like other girls-esque, but like I feel like there are the stuff that can turn into that, but so far I feel like that's not the direction she's going. Hopefully she'll just like be a female character, probably not super well written, but I hope they don't do the same thing they did with Meryl, where it was kind of like, oh, I'm not like other girls, you know? Like, I think I called her a pick-me at one point. I don't really remember that well what caused me to call her that. But yeah, it's because it's been a while. But I hope they don't go down that route again. And I feel like, was she like really like in love with Solid Snake? Sorry, like it's kind of blurry. I don't know, but anyway, I like Eva so far. That's the gist of what I was saying. And I hope they don't ruin the writing or kill her, because what is with Metal Gear Solid and killing all the women? Like, chill. Chill out. Or they just disappear, like that woman in the first one. I think her name started with an N. And she was played by Jennifer Hale? Question mark? Or was it Laura Bailey? I need to look that up. Naomi. And it was Jennifer Hale. Okay, Naomi. Because she kind of disappeared. She, like, yes. Like, I liked her. Like, at first I was kind of like, ugh, you know, like, it seemed like she was just flirting with, Solid Snake all the time. And I think that's what it was. Sorry, it's, like, blurry. There was something that was, like, one-dimensional female character written by a man about her. But then as the story went on, she got interesting. And I started really liking her. But then she was just gone. Because she wasn't in Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't think she's going to be in this one. Because this is a prequel, so obviously, no, she's probably not going to be in it. So I hope maybe she returns in 4. Because I want to see what was going on with her. I liked her. I feel like I need to refresh my memory or something on the first 2. Like, maybe read, like, a synopsis or something. I feel like I think I was supposed to do that, but I forgot. Like, I planned on doing that. but because I need to refresh my memory on some stuff that happened in the first 2 games. Even though this is a prequel, so I guess I don't really need to, but I want to, because I feel like I don't know what's going on at all in the world when I should know some of it, you know. But it's cool to see the origin of Ocelot. He's kind of a nerd, but not as much of a nerd as as Jack here. he's really nerdy about like guns, which I guess that makes sense. What else? Oh, about the boss. She seems like she could be cool, but I still feel like we should have spent some time with her before she turned, because it's not like I got the chance to like get attached or anything, and I guess I probably could have called her or something before the turn, but it happened so fast, you know. It happened so fast that I didn't even get the chance to think about using the codec until after she had turned. And I feel like it would have been hit better if they had that happen later, especially because it's not like we know her, you know. It's not like she was a character in the original 2. But again, this is a prequel. Is there some material that fans like consumed before this? They kind of got them familiarized with the characters, like maybe some like written stuff, and that's why it was so quick, because they kind of thought the fans already knew who she was, or was it really just that's just what they went for, sudden and not really giving you a chance to warm up to her and then be like shocked by the betrayal. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I am excited to get into my next session tomorrow. And yeah, I started getting, you know, more and more under control with more and more like used to the controls again near the end, maybe like halfway through, I don't know. So hopefully next session should be a bit more smooth than this one was. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say, or at least all that's coming to mind. I mean, obviously I miss Solid Snake and I miss Otacon. David and Hal and David. But I was told that they come back in 4, so I think I said that already earlier. But it's been like almost 5 hours in my recording, so I'm not sure. But yeah, so I have that to look forward to with 4, to see them again. And I hope that means that we're playing a Solid Snake again, because obviously we played as him in the prologue of 2, but besides that, we haven't really played as him since 1, which is sad. I would like to play as him again, because that's my boy. I mean, obviously my boy is Otacon. I love him so much, but I love Solid Snake too. He's my second favorite after Otacon. But yeah, so I'm gonna end it here, and hope you guys enjoyed this first part of Metal Gear Solid 3. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it. And leave a comment if you have anything to add, or, you know, any tips, or just a thought in general. And I always read them. I don't always reply because I don't always know what to reply with, but I always read them. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.